What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going over my physical game pickups for 2019 so far. So I've got a stack of about 6 games here that I've kind of been playing off and on for the last couple months here, since it is the middle of March already, which is crazy to think about. But I've been playing these games quite a bit, and so I kind of just want to talk about them, just showcase them, just show you guys what I've been playing, and just sort of talk about what I like about them, and maybe some things that I dislike as well. And there are actually a couple of games in here that I haven't even touched yet, so that'll be fun to actually finally, check those out as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So the first game we're going to talk about is actually my least favorite within this pile here. Not to say it's not that it's a bad game, but I definitely think there might be some things that could have been improved upon before it was actually released. So first game we're going to talk about is Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes for the Nintendo Switch. I've been a big fan of the No More Heroes series for a long time, and when I heard that this game was coming out, or that Suda51 was making a new game within the No More Heroes universe with Travis Touchdown, I was really excited to see what exactly was going to become of this new game. And a lot of sort of the first impressions of this game was that, no, this is not a No More Heroes 3, and it's not really meant to be a No More Heroes 3. It's just sort of a spin-off game within that same Travis Touchdown No More Heroes universe. And at the time, I was like, okay, that's awesome. That's totally fine. I don't really care. It's cool that we get to experience a No More Heroes game once again. And I was kind of defending this game before it was coming out. I was saying, a lot of people were talking trash online about how, oh, it's not a No More Heroes 3, I don't want it. And I was trying to say, well, it's not really meant to be. And so when I got the game, I was really excited for it. I was really excited to just kind of jump in and start playing. And it's not to say it's a bad game, but I do think that there are, some things that could have been improved upon. So one thing for me is that some of the mini games that you play are kind of cool and unique, but once you kind of get past the whole minigame part of each stage, it's really just kind of the same thing. You're just going around, you're in these different rooms, and you're just, taking apart or just destroying all these enemies on screen. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And there are some really cool upgrades that you can get as well. But I found that the upgrades that I had really early on in the beginning of the game, I didn't really switch them out for like newer ones that I would come across in later levels. So that was something that kind of stood out to me regarding the game. And it just, I don't know, it just seems like it was just kind of put out there, to just kind of put it out there. The story is kind of cool. I do think that, having Travis back is really awesome as well. But every time that you get a game for the Death Drive Mark II, which is kind of the whole overarching plot of this game, you have to sit through a very long kind of visual novel kind of aspect to kind of go from one game to another. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I actually really enjoy visual novel games. The Phoenix Wright games are some of my favorites ever. And I don't know, it just didn't seem right for this kind of game, if that makes sense. I don't know, it just seemed kind of strange. And then the final level, I won't spoil it, but the final level, I just felt like there was a lot of padding going on with it. You're in like this giant maze, and then on top of that, you've got this kind of weird thing that kind of hinders your vision, and you have to like go and like step on a specific tile to make that thing go away. And there was just a lot of enemy padding in it, and I don't know, the last level kind of really soured me on this game. Did I have fun with this? Yes, absolutely. Do I think it's the greatest game ever? No, definitely not. Would I play it again? I don't know. There's supposed to be DLC coming, but honestly, I think I'm kind of done with this game. I do think it's an okay game. I do think it was fun. I had fun with it. And no, it's not a No More Heroes 3. It's a budget title. It was released for $30 on the eShop, $40 if you get it physically. It comes with the DLC, like a season pass. So, not a full price game. But there were some parts of it that just kind of made me not really want to keep playing, and I felt like I had to kind of push myself to keep playing. And whenever that kind of happens in a game, it may not really be for you. So Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, I did have fun with it. If you can, maybe perhaps find it if you're dying to play this kind of game. If you can find it for fairly cheap, that might be a good idea. But for me, a fun game, but I don't think I'm really going to come back to it. I felt like there was some missteps with this game. So anyway, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. That's the first game that one of the first games that I picked up in this year. But all the other games here are ones that I really enjoy, and I definitely recommend them. Travis Strikes Again, I would perhaps recommend it if you can find it for a decent price, and if you just strictly want, you know, like a 3D kind of, well, semi 3D like hack and slash game. But the next ones here I really enjoy, and I definitely recommend them. So the next one is a fun little game that I kind of just took a chance on, and you can get this for a lot cheaper on the eShop. I have a physical copy just because I like physical things. But that game is Cat Quest. So this is a game developed by the Gentle Bros. I think that's the name of the developers, and it's just a really cool, simple, fun action RPG. You play as this cat, and you're on this like overworld map, and it's just a really cool art style, a lot of really funny cat puns. The story, not really anything dramatic or anything like that. Very simple, very straightforward, but it's a really fun game, and you can get a few different spells that you can do. Just the overworld is really cool, lots of cool characters, lots of different enemies to go and slay and different things like that. Some different caves that you can go in where you take out some enemies and you can get some new armor, get some new gear, different things like that. A lot of side quests as well. Not a very long game. I think it took me about like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours maybe, something like that. So not a terribly long game, but still a lot of fun. If you like sort of those action RPGs, just something kind of simple, something you can kind of just, you know, turn on and just kind of play around with it and just, you know, do some different quests and things like that, I definitely think you guys will like Cat Quest. It's very fun, very simple game, but definitely a lot of fun. Really cool art style, awesome music. The music in this game is really cool as well. In the battle areas and just sort of the overworld theme. Very catchy, definitely stays with you. A lot of cool NPCs, different things like that. So I recommend checking it out. You can get it for fairly cheap on the eShop. This game, I think when I got it, I think it was like $30 physical, and honestly, it only came with the box, and then there's nothing inside it, and just had the game. So if that's not for you, if you just want to get it cheap, you know, digitally, definitely do that. But if you want it physically, you can get it as well. Cat Quest, really cool game. They're actually making a sequel, which is going to be really cool. So I'm really excited for that as well. So there you go, Cat Quest for the Nintendo Switch. Next game, I did an unboxing for this game a couple months ago when I got it, and I played it, and I didn't really complete it all the way 100%, but it's a really fantastic game. I definitely recommend it, and that is Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom. 2D, kind of sort of Metroidvania style game. You've got a ton of different abilities that you can do. You play as this main character, Jin, and you can actually transform into all of these creatures that are on the cover here. Really cool sort of mechanic. You can actually, and each one has its own sort of specific abilities that each one can do that the other can't. So that's a really cool mechanic as well. Not exactly new, but definitely really cool and really fun, and I think the way it's implemented here is very cool as well. A really unique art style, beautiful art style, looks incredible. The combat is really fun, lots of different enemies to take out. The story, fairly simple, not really a lot going on there, but it is something to kind of keep you playing, which is very cool as well. Lots of collectibles to get, lots of upgrades to get as well. Very fun game. If you like 2D platforming games, with maybe like a little Metroidvania kind of twist to them, you cannot go wrong with Monster Boy. It's gotten tons and tons of great reviews. I follow the developers on Twitter. Super, super great page. They're so nice. You can tell that they put so much into this game, and the physical copy of this comes with a lot of stuff as well. Like I said, I did an unboxing of this game. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check out. Very fun, lots of cool stuff. Definitely check out Monster Boy. You can't go wrong with this, especially if you love 2D platformers like I do. You will absolutely, absolutely love this game. So Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom for the Nintendo Switch, definitely check it out. So the next game is also a 2D platformer with some kind of Metroidvania kind of elements to it, and I absolutely fell in love with this game. It's definitely one of my favorite Switch games that I have. I think it's amazing and fantastic, and that is Owlboy. So Owlboy is, like I said, another kind of 2D platformer, but there's a lot of verticality to it. And so instead of just going from left to right, or, you know, just moving on a horizontal plane, because you play as an owl, you can, you know, there is a very large sense of verticality to everything. So you can go high in the sky, and you can go, you know, down low or whatever. Tons of fun, really cool platforming, really interesting story for a 2D platformer, which I thought was really cool. It kind of discusses some pretty hefty themes like depression and just sort of fitting in and different things like that. Very heartfelt story, really cool characters, really awesome NPCs. The whole combat of the game is really unique. So you play as Otis, who's the main character here, and you can really only do a couple of things. You can do a roll, and you can do like a spin, and you can fly as well. So where the meat of the combat comes in, where you can actually have your buddies kind of accompany you on all of these quests, and each one has different abilities that they can do. For example, Getty, he's got sort of like this pistol that can shoot different enemies. The pirate Alphonse, he's got like this giant shotgun kind of thing. It's really cool. It's a really interesting take on the combat. A lot of fun. Really cool story, beautiful environments. The art style in this is really fantastic. It's got kind of like a souped up Super Nintendo kind of art style, which is very cool. The music is insane as well. I absolutely love any kind of really cool music in all these games. So Owlboy, definitely a huge surprise. I've been wanting to kind of play it ever since I saw it, but I was like, you know, I saw it and I was like, that looks really cool. I don't know if it's gonna really be a huge game that I like keep coming back to, but it definitely proved me wrong in terms of the story and the combat and the art style and the music, the characters. Everything about it is really fun. So I definitely recommend Owlboy. Such a treat. I have been kind of toying with getting the collector's edition, even though I don't really want to spend all that money on a game I've already played. But it's a very special game to me, I think, and I really enjoyed it a ton. So if you like 2D platformers with again, kind of a Metroidvania kind of twist to it, definitely check out Owlboy. You will not be disappointed. So the last two games here are ones that I just recently picked up, and I have not played either one of them. The first one I'm going to show here, I played the demo of it on the Switch, and I really enjoyed it a lot, and I was like, you know what, I gotta pick this up, so I did. And of course I had to get the physical edition as well, and that is Yaku's Island Express. So I'd seen this game on the eShop every so often. I was like, okay, it looks kind of cool. I don't really know if I'm gonna like it or like pick it up, because I'm not really a big fan of like pinball kind of games or anything like that. But they recently released a demo for it, and I decided to check it out, and I fell in love with the demo. I thought it was super cool. So what this is you play as Yaku, who is sort of this new mail carrier on this island, and you're there, and it's again sort of another 2D platformer with, again, some Metroidvania-like aesthetics to it. But you go around, and the way that you maneuver and the way that you traverse the world is through these different kind of pinball-like sections, and you wouldn't really think that that would work, but it works out incredibly well. And it's just super fun to just go into these different areas, to unlock these specific doors, to find all these collectibles using this pinball mechanic. Very fresh, very unique, something I don't really think I've ever seen before, and I don't really think any other developers have really done something like that. So very unique and fresh experience with a really cool art style. The graphics are beautiful, looks incredible. The music, once again, very cool as well. And the demo that I played was a nice little taste into what you can expect from this game. So I haven't played the full game yet. I installed it on the Switch, but I haven't played it. But it's so much fun, super cool, lots of really cool exploration, different things like that. And I think you can actually unlock other abilities as well. So it's very cool. So Yaku's Island Express, if you're looking for something very fresh, very unique, I definitely recommend this. This was just released last year in May, so it's a fairly new game. The other games, of course, are fairly new as well. You know, Owlboy was released a couple years ago on other platforms, but fairly new game. So definitely check this out. It's a lot of fun, and I don't think you guys will be disappointed, especially if you like platformers as much as I do. So Yaku's Island Express, definitely check it out. Alright, and so the last game we're going to talk about is one that I've been really wanting to play for a long time, ever since I saw it was unveiled. And I have been waiting for the Switch version, but I decided to pick it up on the PS4 because I actually want to use this in a paper I'm writing for my women's literature and theory class. And I talked to my professor about it, and she's like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I definitely think that's a cool idea. And so I decided to get it on PS4. I haven't played it yet, but I really want to, and I hear it's very intense and very cool. But that game is Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. I think that's how you say that name. And so like I said, I've been wanting to play this game for a long time. I know that it is very story heavy, and if you guys know anything about me, you'll know that I absolutely love games with a really intense and really captivating and thrilling story. And I've heard so many good things about Hellblade, and it just looks like such a beautiful game, but it also explores some really intense themes and some really cool analysis, you know, analytical things that you could do with it and things like that. And I've just been wanting to play it, and it looks incredible. It's won several different awards, developed by Ninja Theory, who's got a fairly large pedigree when it comes to video games, and it just seems like a great game, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. And I feel like it's going to be one of those games that really sticks with you once you're finished playing it. And so I'm really excited to see sort of what this game is all about and seeing what I can really kind of craft in terms of writing an actual paper on a game like this. So that would be very cool. So yeah, that's the last game that I picked up, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Picked this up recently the other day, and I'm very excited to check it out and see what it's all about and different things like that. Only PS4 game on the list. I've really been into the Switch a lot lately. I've been playing a ton of indies. And I think I might actually do another video on just sort of the indie games that I've been playing on the Switch as well. But anyway, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Very excited to check this out. I hear nothing but amazing things about it, so definitely excited to kind of to really dig into this game. So yeah, those are the my physical pickups for 2019 so far. It's mid-March, so we've got a long way to go for the year, but I'm really happy with a lot of the games I have. Again, Travis Strikes Again may not really be for a lot of you. Maybe you had to feel the same way that I did when I played it. I think it's a decent game, but I do think that there could be some improvements made to it, some different sort of design choices that I think they could have done. But overall, a really cool list of games that I've been playing, and I definitely recommend all of them, albeit Travis Strikes Again, but you guys can make that decision if you choose to. So I think the next game I'm really going to pick up physically is Yoshi's Crafted World, which comes out at the end of the month, and I'm really excited for that. I love the Yoshi games. It's going to be amazing, so very excited for that. So what do you guys think about the games that I've been playing? What are some games that you guys have picked up, either physically or digitally, that you guys can't stop playing or that you just really enjoy for the first part of this year? Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have been playing, and if you have any suggestions of games that you think I would like or that you think I should play, definitely let me know. I would love to hear them, and I'd love to check those games out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care.